with summer in full swing, we decided to give you all something to look forward to on these blistering days. And where better to go than water parks during 2021, when we were all avoiding human contact. Water parks were still valued at a $2.3 billion business, proving that there is absolutely nothing that can stop a person when they need to cool down. But with over 1,000 water parks spread across 50 states, the task of finding the perfect water getaway can be just as tiring as the summer heat. And that's where we come in. Today, we've composed a list of the top 10 water parks in the United States with a mix of the affordable and pricier to give you variety and options ahead of time so you can head out to a summer oasis without a care in the world. But first, please remember to hit those like and subscribe buttons to stay up to date on all new content from the channel, and comment down below with your favorite water park or other favorite summer destinations. Number 10. Dollywood's Splash Country, Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. In 1986, country music superstar Dolly Parton wanted to invest in the local community that raised her and opened the now internationally famous Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, only 20 minutes from where she grew up. Expanding on the enterprise, she opened the water park edition, Dollywood's Splash Country, in 2001 after running a contest for the naming rights. While the original water park was impressive enough, with the exciting raging river rapids, wild river falls, mountain scream, and other attractions, the Dollywood company has regularly invested in the park by adding new attractions every few years. Today, Dollywood's Splash Country is a water park oasis in the middle of the Smoky Mountains, complete with private riverside and waterside retreats. Visitors can bask in the Tennessee beauty that the park emulates with attractions like Bear Mountain, Fire Tower, Big Bear Plunge, and Little Creek Falls. Or experience classic theme park adventures at Tennessee's first and only water coaster, River Rush. Meanwhile, surfers and wave lovers out there will be enthralled by the 25,000 square foot wave pool, Mountain Waves. The park's steadfast dedication to continuous improvement has garnered Dollywood Splash Country international fame. And for anyone traveling through Tennessee this summer, it's a must-stop to cool down. Number 9. Waldemere and Water World, Erie, Pennsylvania. In the late 1800s, trolley cars were all the rage in America, and along their routes were trolley parks, a staple of the 19th century Americana that would eventually evolve into today's amusement parks. Of these, few are as famous or historic as Waldemere. Located in Erie, Pennsylvania, Hoffman's Grove was originally built as a picnic spot, though it was leased by the Erie Electric Motor Company in 1896, renamed Waldemere, German for Woods by the Sea, and expanded upon to promote traffic for the company's trolley system that passed the park. In 1907, Waldemere added its first roller coaster, the Dip, and soon recognized the value of that single attraction. By the time of the Great Depression, Waldemere was home to a number of roller coasters, a miniature train, a fun house, and so much more. But after a series of ups and downs through the years, the park owners decided a rebranding was desperately needed if they wanted to survive. In 1986, Waldemere took a big risk by putting their all into a shift to water parks, beginning with water slides and a play area in 1986 via the brand new Water World, and the risk paid off exponentially. By the park's 100th anniversary in 1996, Waldemere was firmly established as not only one of the oldest amusement parks in America, but as one of the best water parks too. Today, Waldemere has over 100 attractions throughout the water park, complete with a 500,000-gallon wave pool, roller coasters that made the park famous, water rafting, and even a kids zone splash area for the smallest among us. Number 8. Aquatic San Antonio, Texas. On April 4th, 2008, SeaWorld Orlando made headlines with its grand opening of Aquatica, a long-awaited water park project that managed to host nearly 1 million guests in its debut year. By the time SeaWorld was considering expanding the concept to their San Antonio, Texas location, it had already been a proven success with little little risk to the company that was facing scrutiny from its animal-based ventures. Opened in May 2012, Aquatica San Antonio has already become one of the best water parks in Texas, if not the entire nation, and is a must-stop for anyone wanting to beat that Texas heat. Filled with white sandy beaches, Aquatica San Antonio is part Caribbean beach getaway, part interactive aquarium, and part theme park. For the kids, a number of exhilarating water slides fill the park. There's the Tonga Twister, the Tamada Racer, the Riptide Race, and so many more. For the ocean lovers out there is the stunning Stingray Falls, a family raft ride that goes through an underwater grotto where visitors can watch tropical fish and stingrays alike swimming around them. As for the parents who finally have a few minutes to themselves and want to let loose, they can step from the white sand into the serene pool to find one of the most relaxing water bars in the nation. Number 7. Zoombezi Bay, Powell, Ohio. Being based in Powell, Ohio, it's no wonder why Zoombezi Bay has a rich history that dates back to the late 19th century, complete with ownership transfers and renames aplenty. Originally started as a picnic and recreational park in 1896, Wyandotte Lake evolved through the years, adding its first roller coaster in 1956 and growing from there to become a full-on amusement park. In 1983, however, the park was purchased by Funtime Inc., later rebranded as Six Flags Inc., and construction began to transform the historic site into a water park for the ages. Eventually, though, Six Flags would experience financial hardship and would have to sell Wyandotte Lake to the Columbus Zoo and Aquarium in 2006. Under the zoo's new ownership, the water park would work in tandem with the other properties and be expanded upon vastly, along with a slight rebranding. In May 2008, Zoombezi Bay opened its 22.7-acre water park to much acclaim. The new park included 15 brand new water slides, a wave pool, cabanas, rivers, and even a couple of attractions from the park's extensive past. Today, visitors to Zoombezi Bay can take on the 544,500-gallon Wild Tides wave pool that could reach heights of 4 feet, hit 20-mile-per-hour speeds on their 55-foot drop from the cyclone, or ride down the 1,500-foot-long roaring rapids that are sure to leave everyone soaked. But for those who want to take a little break and have an adult beverage, Crocktail Creek's swim-up bar is a nice stop. No matter your water park needs, Zoombezi Bay has you covered. With the Columbus Zoo working in tandem with the park, there are passes aplenty to make the trip last a few days. Number 6. Big Kahuna's Water and Adventure Park, Destin, Florida. For years, Big Kahuna's Water and Adventure Park in Destin was a staple of northwestern Florida's economy. Founded by local businessman Joe Bruner in 1985, Big Kahuna grew up to house 40 attractions at its peak, though it had fallen into disrepair after the ownership changed hands a couple of times. But that's when another local businessman, Boomer Park's CEO Ted Murphy, recognized the significance and importance of such a previously pristine water park after nearly looking past it while out on a jog. After investing hundreds of thousands of dollars into the park, Big Kahuna's Water and Adventure Park reopened in 2021 to much fanfare and local hype. In addition to the 40 water attractions that locals have come to know and love over the years being updated, Boomers added the awesome Honolulu Half-Pipe for rent cabanas and much more. The accompanying adventure park also gives some variety for your trip with tropical mini golf and the Sky Coaster, an exhilarating attraction that swings riders at speeds of 60 miles per hour and 100 feet over the heads of onlookers. So whether you want to ride water slides, sky coasters, play in a wave pool, relax in a cabana, or catch some big waves without the price tag that goes along with a trip to Hawaii, Big Kahuna's Water and Adventure Park may be worth a stop this summer. Number 5. Rapids Water Park, Riviera Beach, Florida. Just south of our last entry, but north of the West Palm Beach, Florida, lives Riviera Beach, whose Rapids Water Park is by far the best in southern Florida. In 1979, the water park's history began with simple fiberglass slides that charged by the hour, located on a small 4-acre lot. From those humble beginnings, Rapids Water Park continuously grew to become the year-round oasis that it is today. Now the 30-acre park plays home to 35 slides of varying size and intensity, a lazy river, and much more. Adrenaline junkies can lose themselves in the Black Thunder, a funnel-shaped raft ride that embalms you in complete darkness as you twist and turn through the vortex funnel. Meanwhile, the speed freaks will love the Rapids Racer, a 6-lane downhill slide that that will display your race times for everyone to see. Of course, there is a 25,000 square foot wave pool called Big Surf, whose varying wave patterns can reach heights of 6 feet before crashing down on you. And as for the kids who are too small for the waves and terrifying rides, Barefoot and Bay and Alligator Alley will keep them occupied for hours on end. Number 4. Splash and Safari, Santa Claus, Indiana. In the holiday season of 1846, the residents of a new community in Indiana struggled to name their town after they found out there was already a town in Indiana called Santa Fe. Feeling this seasonal bug and showing that humor isn't a new thing, the community leaders decided to name their new town Santa Claus instead, though they failed to consider the feelings of children all over the country when they did. For years, children would go to Santa Claus, Indiana, expecting to see the North Pole, Santa, elves, or literally anything else jolly. Alas, there was nothing of the like to be found until a local father and industrialist, Louis J. Koch, grew tired of disappointing the youth and built Santa Claus Land in 1946, the world's first theme park, complete with a toy store, children's rides, and most important of all, Santa. After the success and growth of the park, other holidays were added and the name was changed to Holiday Land before adding the 40-acre large water park extension, Splash and Safari, in 1993. Keeping in line with Holiday Land's original mission, Splash and Safari has been recognized as one of the most family-friendly water parks in the world, full of rides like Cheetah Chase and Wildebeest, which celebrate family rivalry. There are lazy rivers, slides, and much more for visitors of all ages and sizes. So if one is looking for a family trip this summer, there are few packages quite like Holiday Land and Splash and Safari, whose tickets cover both parks. Number 3. Universal's Volcano Bay, Orlando, Florida. Of American theme parks, few are as renowned worldwide as Universal Orlando in Orlando, Florida. Though it was established well after its House of Mouse counterpart as an intentional rival, it has still managed to burst from the saucer-shaped shadow to become an enterprise all its own, with 3 theme parks working in tandem and a 4th on the way. The 3rd and newest of these Universal theme parks is the water park Volcano Bay, which has 4 Polynesian-themed areas centered around a 200-foot-tall volcano named Krakatau and was opened in 2017. In 6 short years, Volcano Bay has already become one of the most tropical, beautiful, fun, and adventurous water parks in the nation. Well, the volcano is the center attraction and impressive enough. The roller coaster that rides through it will have visitors screaming in excitement before they go zipping through a waterfall. For those who are looking for a more relaxing getaway, however, there are multiple themed pools of all shapes and sizes to relax in, including Watery Beach at the base of the volcano, complete with sand and overlooking cabanas for rent. Perhaps one of the best and coolest features of Volcano Bay, though, is the Tapu Tapu wearables, small, wrist-worn devices that allow you to wander around the park and enjoy other attractions while waiting for your place in line. These are fairly similar to restaurant buzzers, only without the added caveat of still having to sit around and stare at the food while waiting for your buzzer to notify you. Number 2. Great Wolf Lodge, Perryville, Maryland. In 1997, brothers Jack and Andrew Waterman started a small indoor water park resort in Wisconsin, which they called Black Wolf Lodge. After a change of hands in ownership, expansion, and some rebranding, all locations officially became Great Wolf Resorts and garnered a reputation as one of the biggest and best resort chains in the United States. Well, we could choose to focus on any number of the over 20 locations that Great Wolf has to their name. It's their newest and largest that we're going to cover today. Located in Perryville, Maryland, and opened in June 2023, the new resort has 126,000 square feet of pure family fun, including great dining, a rope course, and most importantly, an indoor water park. The new water park has a large number of slides and attractions for all levels of thrill seekers. The 4-story drop from Coyote Canyon will have your head spinning after you fall through the vortex. while the adorable Otter Cave Waterworks is great for the little ones with its interactive water fort. Of course, there are those of us who just want to sit in nice warm water and let our hair back, and for that, Great Wolf Perryville has the relaxing North Hot Springs. With all of our needs met, it's no wonder why Great Wolf has become a top name in water parks across the nation. Number 1. Legoland Water Park, Carlsbad, California. For today's number 1 entry, we decided to turn our attention toward one of the most family-friendly theme parks in the world, Legoland. Based on the eponymous toys from which the parks take both of their themes, the first Legoland was opened in Denmark in 1968, and in the 55 years following has grown to have locations in 7 countries across the world, with many more planned. But in 2010, Legoland California set a brand new precedent when it featured a brand new water park working in tandem with the main park, which was expanded upon in 2014 with the Legends of Chima themed edition. Today, Legoland Water Park is a children's oasis. The Soak and Sail's 38-foot-tall mast will be fun for the kids to climb, especially when 300 gallons of water drops on them. If the kids are too small for that, there's always the Duplo Splash Pad, an interactive play area. Though Legoland Water Park is primarily intended for children, parents will also have a ball as they ride down Pirate Reef, blasting other ships with water cannons as they try to win the race. Of course, it's hard not to let the inner child out after building your very own raft out of Legos to float downstream on. With the average global temperature hitting historic new highs this summer, it's clear that we're all going to need a watery getaway. Just remember, stay hydrated in the summer heat while having fun with the family. And as always, thanks for watching to the end. Also, please do us a favor and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons on your way out and comment with your suggestions for future videos. Again, thanks and stay cool.